the fight's going to be boring as hell. Because any fight he's in is boring as hell.
Shakur is a really good boxer.
He's a good boxer, but it's nothing that stands out to me. It's just, okay, you know how to move, boom, 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 but it's nothing like Tank or me or
like somebody gotta stand out.
Like like
you're not just fighting
I
anybody.
see boxers all the time. I've been watching boxers my whole life. I know the ones that are different. He's not different. Shakur will do everything, not even to get like an ounce of hit. Like he's scared to really lock in and get in there. Devin's not.
But Shakur, that guy will put anybody to sleep outside the ring, not inside the ring, because he's the most boring fighter in the history of boxing. And they say whatever they want, they can hype him up and all that stuff. But I really feel bad for him because
many boxing analysts are making picks for Teofimo Lopez versus Shakur Stevenson, with most expecting Shakur to rely on movement and defense. Some critics label his approach dull and claim he avoids fights, while others argue it shows strong ring awareness.
Gets. Like, people say that he's
boring and all that.
He's not entertaining.
I mean, look, he's like an Andre Ward style. Andre Ward wasn't really that entertaining, but got the win. I mean, that's what boxing is all about. So I used to love watching Andre Ward fight because it was so perfect. I watched his footwork, how he moved to the right, to the left, and I trained with him as well, with Virgil. And I used to watch how he trained and how he fought, and I thought how he puts his hands there and uses it as a defense, and then pulls your hands down and catches you over the top, and them little things. So this is a fight that people get, because you got two different styles. You got an offensive, defensive in Lopez, and you've got a defensive.
As boxing looks ahead to a big fight in early 2026, attention is placed not just on who wins but also on how the fight is fought and the strategy behind it.
I would have to go with Teo. When it comes to actual rapid speed, I would have to go with Teo. But when it comes to body punching, when it comes to good timing, when it comes to craft, I would have to give all of that to Shakur Stevenson.
What do you think, Doug?
They're both boxers. I look at Stevenson as a versatile technician. I look at Teofimo. He's a boxer-puncher, but his specialty is his counter-punching. Listen, if Stevenson wants to be on his stick-and-move game, very difficult style matchup for Teofimo, and maybe not that entertaining to the fans.
Because Stevenson's longer.
Exactly.
Stephenson's defense is probably the best in the game, and he's longer.
Great reflexes and timing, and so does Teo. That's why he's a great counter-puncher. But Teo's, he's a very special athlete. And as a competitor, he is one of those guys who saves his A game for a fellow elite opponent. That's when he really rises his game and shows us the Teofimo Lopez that everybody thought he was.
Shakur Stevenson remains the unbeaten WBC lightweight champion, known for elite defense using movement, positioning, and range to stay untouched, a method praised for technical mastery but criticized for limited non-stop action.
35 contemporaries have a lot to say these days. Shakur Stevenson, well, of course he's now 135 after all that stuff, and then Devin Haney.
Right, so why people even talk like he the best at, he didn't even fight at 135 yet.
Right.
He didn't even have power at 126, 30 or none of that.
He is good.
Okay. How can you, all that's just okay. How can you stop people that can actually hit? No matter all that boxing, you're going to get hit.
Teofimo Lopez is a strong and aggressive WBO champion recognized for his speed, power, and constant pressure, a former unified lightweight title holder whose game plan centers on landing fight-changing punches.
Seen him land 140. We have seen Teofimo do good at 140, so it's a tricky one. I think it's a 50-50 chess game inside that ring.
If you had to give somebody 51, the other guy 49, like the smallest edge.
You're gonna put me in the spot, but only because I fought him before. I'll give him that 1% Shakur because I've fought him. I've never stepped in the ring with Teofimo. I've seen him fight, and I've seen him personally spar, and I've seen him. He's an amazing fighter, but I will only give him that one to Shakur because I've stepped in the ring.
Stevenson, who relies heavily on movement, Lopez believes his approach of pressure and combinations can disrupt the southpaw's rhythm.
You want to be number one, in boxing, so to speak. He's coming for my crown at the, super lightweight division. And honestly, nevertheless, it's all about the fans.
Who has a better resume between you two guys, do you think?
Man, I'll tell you again, honestly, it doesn't matter until we hang up the gloves. I think that we still have such a long depending how well we do with our health, we got a long career ahead of us, man. So this is just something for everybody for 2026. We started off with a bang.
Teofimo Lopez feels his pressure and multi-punch attacks can successfully break the southpaw timing of a movement-focused fighter like Shakur Stevenson.
Yeah, it sounds crazy. Shakur can actually walk to Teo. Yeah, he can walk to Teo. Yeah, as long as he walk behind with the jab. Long as he walk behind with feints, because feints throw off Teo. Jabs throw off Teo as well. He's a counterpuncher. Yeah, he's a counterpuncher. So if you can keep him off balance and keep him guessing, keeping that jab in his face, and you force him back, yeah, he moves his feet, but he makes a lot of mistakes. Gets himself out of position a lot of times. He's out of position a lot of the times, man. Brings those feet together at times. Oh, yeah. When he moves side to side, same thing. He responsibly defensively, nah. When he disengages, defense is whack. Trash. Yeah. When he resets, a lot of time he comes in the range, he's standing straight up. Come on, man. Shakur can take advantage of Teo not being that great on the inside.
At the same time, analyst Tim Bradley believes Shakur can remain aggressive by using his jab and feints to manage the tempo and unsettle Lopez without always moving backward.
No, he can stand right in front of Teo. He could. Yeah. And see all them shots coming. For sure. You already know the punch selection that he gonna use. Punch selection gonna be he gonna try to use his jab at a rapid pace. Of course. He gonna try to out-jab Shakur. Of course. Flicking it out there, flicking his jab out there, man. Trying to get some sort of response. For flicking it out there, trying to just close the gap on Shakur. And he gonna throw the right hand downstairs. Yeah. That's what he gonna do. He gonna be looking for that right hand, then he gonna try to sneak him up top. Yeah. It's plain and simple. Sneak him up top. That's it. But if Shakur can stand his ground, if Shakur can evade and get right back in his face, man, evade and get right back in his face, right? When he's not set or ready to punch, when them feet are spread apart, Shakur can walk to him.
Bradley points out that Lopez frequently loses position and resets awkwardly, giving Stevenson the chance to hold his ground, read punches, and use his boxing smarts instead of depending solely on constant movement.
Out of you and Shakur, I would consider you the more explosive, possibly the more speed concerning like getting to the target quicker. But I haven't seen you really get the type of knockouts that made the fans appeal to the whole package and the whole system of you. Are you training?
You mean at 140 pounds compared to 135?
Yes, in comparison. Yeah. Are you training for a knockout? Are you training to do something to not just beat Shakur, but to beat him in grand fashion? When I say grand fashion, I mean going for the knockout.
Well, I think that the whole thing is the Bible of boxing really is that if you look for the knockout, you won't get it. You know, I think really it's just all about setting the good pace early in the beginning rounds and then going from there, setting that tone. I think that I don't see him going those 12 rounds. This is his first time moving up to 140. A lot of these guys can say a lot of things about me not knocking them out or whatnot, but they don't come and try to fight me after they feel this power. So it's for a reason. It carries. It does carry. I mean, I had a good showing with Arnold Barboza. He was #1, my mandatory, and he was too hesitant trying to commit to punches. So I think that it's just something that's going to be a rude awakening for Shakur.
Hey, Doug, you hear that? He said the Bible of boxing. What else is called the Bible of boxing? Ring Magazine! And he's a two-division Ring Magazine champ.
Great ambassador for those championship belts as well.
Yep, absolutely.
I'm very big on those things. You know, I claimed 2 weight divisions, 2 Ring Magazine belts just at 25, you know, and I'm 28 now. I've been defending my belts now. I feel great, you know, and then most importantly, you know, this will be my 4th title defense with the Ring and the WBO Junior Lightweight World.
Lopez is preparing to deliver a fight-ending knockout to show his power, having not achieved a big stoppage lately, concentrating on that single punch rather than just outboxing his opponent.
And I'm focused on what I'm supposed to be doing. Nothing else matters around me. That 4-weight world champion, it means everything to me. That's me separating myself. A lot of these guys that they claim is the guys nowadays, none of them can say that they are a 4-weight world champion. He got a lot of weaknesses, though. He's a very good fighter, but I do see a lot of weaknesses. He's not gonna correct them overnight. It's gonna be the same Tio that we done seen 1,000 times before. He's gonna come out there trying to perform highly, and I'm gonna take advantage of it. But as far as the weaknesses, I'm gonna keep them to myself.
Stevenson intends to take advantage of Lopez's weaknesses, trusting his own skills and believing he can reveal the gaps in Lopez's tactics if his plan is carried out properly.
Me and Shakur, top rank. He talks about this and that and about, I was jealous of him. No, I'm not. You were a 2016 USA silver medalist. You're gonna get your signing bonus and all that extra stuff. Thing was, they were trying to secure him in a different route because they had put a lot of money in him. Me, I think I was just supposed to be an opponent of.
Lopez responds by saying Stevenson's reputation is exaggerated, labeling him overrated and promising to show his defense can be broken by creating rough, uncomfortable exchanges as part of his declared strategy.